Alright, this is the Glimmer Man. Listen up, everybody, because I don't do second takes, even if I accidentally kill someone. This is the greatest movie ever made, because I pretty much made it by starring in and producing it. It's called The Glimmer Man because I'm the glimmer of hope in a child's eye. I play Jack Cole, but that's my character's fake name. My real name is Thinshot McFist. This movie was my real chance to show what a funny guy I am, and as the tagline says, I'm 2 good cops in 1 bad situation. The plot is that I kill a bunch of bad guys, and I'm funny while I do it. I cast one of those black comedian guys as my partner, to make me seem both culturally hip and funnier in comparison. Don't tell him I said that. Actually, wait, I'll tell him. Steven Seagal fears no man. In a real break from my usual type of role, I play a cop who plays by his own rules. The Seagal rules. But also, I'm a really spiritual man, so I wear prayer beads and use potions and stuff. That means that when I kill people, I feel bad about it. That was really difficult to portray, because I don't feel bad about killing anyone. My partner is a real tool. He doesn't know I don't work with partners, but that's why the movie is funny. He says we work as a team around here. I say I just like to solve the case. Take that, society. As always, I provide my own wardrobe, which is different than the usual detective standard. I don't fit in with societal norms. As I look over the fresh bodies at the scene of the crime, I go, oh my god, because they're crucified, and that's a play on words. That's also why this movie is one of the best comedies ever made. And then I go, looks like they'll be late for the Oscars. This is where my new partner and I talk about unimportant things like his personal life, to establish that we don't work well together, but we'll do it anyway because we're cops. I'm such a zany personality. But then we have to go to a hostage situation, because crime stops for no Seagal. Partner guy is like, we don't do that, we're homicide. And I'm like, no way man, you've got to respect the dead, the dying, the soon-to-be dead, and those with dead careers. So this dumbass kid is trying to kill everyone and blow his brains out, but I'm like, look through the window and we'll talk. But I'm not in that window. I'm in the classroom with my gun. That's how I build trust. Then we talk our problems out. Just kidding, that's for wusses. I push his ass through a window and we land in the next building. That's how good I am. And then I go, I love you too, because his girlfriend left him. Oh yeah, that's why he wanted to kill everyone. Stepdad's security guy comes to my work, my place of business, and he's trying to buy me out to get this kid out of jail, but I'm like, no one buys out Thinshot McFist. Now get your ugly white ass out of here. That was originally written for the black guy, but everyone knows I'm the funny one in this partnership. Speaking of comedy, that's when I go to look at all of the murder victims, and we make hilarious quips about the corpses. But I'm sure to also say something respectful, because I'm a very spiritual person. The doctor can't even figure out anything about the victims because he needs to run tests and uses science or what have you. But I take one look at this woman and instantly know from her bone structure, hair, and fake boobs that she's Russian. Looks like she ran abreast of crime. Well, it can't all be laughs, because this is action, and action is serious business. So we go to a Chinese shop, and the black guy doesn't understand Chinese. Not everyone can be as smart as me. That's why he eats powdered deer penis. It's a running joke in the movie, to prove that he's dumber than me. Anyway, I'm off to fight more crime, because crime waits for no Seagal. I catch a bunch of no-good punks trying to steal a car, and they're like, fuck you, and I'm like, we've got the guns, and all you have is a screwdriver. That's like taking a screwdriver to a gunfight. And they're like, nah, we've got backup, but little do they know, I'm all the backup I need. They hit the partner guy, but they can't touch me, because they know they'll break their fist on my chest of steel. I'm like, my friend's a little bit country, I'm a little bit rock and roll. That's when I hit them with my credit card knife. Looks like they had bad credit. This is when I get to show my dramatic acting chops, because when we find the next victim, it's my ex-wife. But I don't tell any of the other cops that, or they'll take me off the case. And I never get taken off a case. So I'm gonna meet with the bad guys, but the snooty guy at the restaurant is on the phone. So I take him out and I'm like, yeah, we'll make you a reservation. I get into a fight because they know I'm a one-man army, but none of them can touch me, except one of them gets some kicks in to show McFist has some weaknesses. I originally wrote in a scene later where I was listening to the wind and thinking of Chinese and Native American things, all introspective and stuff, and then that guy walks by on crutches, and then we'll exchange a look of understanding, like, yeah, you broke my foot with your chest of steel, but like, we're cool now. Looks like he's gonna be late for the Emmys. I find the serial killer while all the other cops are like, oh no, we don't know what to do. But I'm so smart. I'm like, hey, let me talk to the priest. And then when he comes over to talk, I let him walk out. Totally sideswipe Mr. Serial Killer there. Then I shoot his ass. But again, I feel bad about it because of Jesus Buddhism. The captain is angry because I'm a lone wolf, a loose cannon. So they take me to internal affairs, but I punch internal affairs in the face. They can't take me off the case. I never get taken off a case. So that's when they take me off the case. The captain's like, give me your badge. So I throw the badge in the urinal. Thinshot McFist gives his badge to no one. If it were up to me, the scene would have ended with me taking a shit on it too, and then my shit would become a fist and knock him out, and then I'd follow it up with, "That's one tough shit," or "Shit happens, Captain," whichever one I'd be feeling at the time, or both. Damn bird, I'm Steven Seagal! See that hat? That was my hat. Once it hit that guy, it stopped his heart for 1 minute. That's how powerful my hat is. Look at this wuss crying at Casablanca. I wouldn't cry at Casablanca. I only cried once, and that's when I died in executive decision. Even then, it was only out of one eye, my right one. That's my crying eye. But the serial killer wasn't the only bad guy. There's more. These two are talking about awful stuff like pollution, I'm sure, and they're swimming together. "Come on in, the water's fine," says the one with the Stalin mustache. I bet he's a commie, and I hate commies. I wanted to do the next scene, but they said it didn't make sense for me to play both characters. So just imagine this next scene with me in it. This ninja guy attacks me, and I'm like, "You whiteys are whack," and then I outrun this explosion and land on a car. But I'm okay, because I'm a one-man army. They try to bring me in for my devastating good looks, but they only get me because I let them. I knew they were bad guys the whole time. So I overturn the car and emerge, a phoenix from the ashes, to take down more crime. Then I commando roll through the shot for no reason. Looks like they'll be late for the Grammys. I do some more punch-vestigating, and this guy says we look like we just came from a riot. But I clarify that only the partner guy looks like he just came from a riot, because I riot for no man. The bad guys are trying to kill the shooter kid from earlier, but when they pull back the curtain, it's me there. They didn't expect that. Then I find Stalin again and punch him so hard a train had to go by to cancel out the sound of the impact. I Stalin for no man. I use my shoot foo on him, and then I hit him with the door of the car to add insult to injury. I'm like, "Oh no, what an accident." But it wasn't an accident. I meant to do it. I call up the main bad guy like I'm gonna sell out his accomplice and help him out, but really I'm setting him up. I don't negotiate with terrorists. His partner kills him and saves me some work, but that's a lie, because I psychically told him to do it. Looks like he'll be late for the Country Music Awards. Partner guy doesn't want to go in, and I say we'll wait, but I lied. I don't negotiate with partners. One guy tries to shoot me, but it goes through me like a ghost. His fatal mistake was not realizing I'm immune to bullets. This is nothing but blood and guts. Everyone else's, of course, which is why this is pretty much the ultimate comedy. Partner guy takes on some kids because he can handle that better. Showdown on Sesame Street. I gave him that line. He gets shot through a window, but luckily I have a grappling hook to save him. That's totally me up there. I did all of my own stunts. We add another window to the body count, but it's funny because this woman is like, "Why are you in my apartment?" And I'm like, "I'm Steven Seagal." This gives me time to scale down toward the lobby and wait behind a newspaper to surprise the bad guy. He didn't expect me to be there reading a newspaper. In fact, I really was reading the news at the time. There was a story in there about how I saved children from a burning orphanage while simultaneously having sex with a beautiful woman. Anyway, I hit Baldy with a phone and go, "That was your last call, buddy," and I punch him into a window like 7 times before he falls into a fence. Get it? He's in the same crucifixion pose. Then I throw him into a urinal and say, "Oh no, what an accident." But that wasn't an accident. It's a callback to that other scene. Looks like he's gonna be late for the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Anyway, I think this proves that I'm the funniest man alive. Watch The Glimmer Man with your family. It'll teach your kids about the dangers of pollution. Have a talk with them afterwards about negotiating with terrorists. And remember, I'm Steven Seagal.